Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video, we will see how to configure central SNAT on FortiGate Firewall or SourceNet on the FortiGate Firewall. So basically till now in the our previous videos, we have used PolicyNet. Okay, so the difference between PolicyNet and s- in CentralNet, when you configure the firewall policy, okay, suppose this is the internet policy which we have configured earlier, okay, in the last video. So if you see here, we are getting one netting option here. So in firewall policy itself, we are enabling the netting, so that is called policy net. But if you enable central source net, okay, then you are not going to get this option in the firewall policy, okay. So here you, you will be, getting central SNAT separate tab to configure netting. Okay, and that makes easy to manage and configure net on the FortiGate firewall. So let's see how we can enable this central SNAT settings in the FortiGate firewall. So just go to the system settings and you can try to enable from here. So just enable and apply. So your changes have been saved, it is saying, but oh, it's not enabled. Okay, let's try from this CLI. Configure system settings, sets central net enable. Okay, so it is saying cannot enable central net with firewall policy using WIP ID6. So you have to see what is ID6 and you have to delete that ID first of all, okay? Because WIP is already configured and that is why it is unable to enable this central net, okay? So just check what is this policy ID6. So guys, in this lab also I'm using the same topology which I have used in my previous videos, okay? So if you haven't watched my previous videos, I would suggest first go and watch those videos, then come to this videos. So this is the policy ID6. So let's delete this. I don't need this policy now. And even if I enable, then our central SNet will not work. Okay, we won't be able to enable that option. So now just go to the settings, enable central SNet. Yes, it's done now. So just refresh this page. Now if you see here, you're getting one option here, central SNet. Okay. Right now, nothing is configured. And if you see in the firewall policy, we still have internet policy. We haven't deleted that. Just click on that policy. If you see here, now net option is not here. Okay. What it is saying, central net is enabled. So net setting from matching central net policies will be applied. So right now, if I try to access internet from DMG or LAN, my internet will not work, okay, because there is no netting. So this thing you have to remember if you have already configured multiple firewall policies and enabled PolicyNet on those rules, and then you're trying to enable central net, then your netting will get deleted, removed, okay. You have to configure everything on central SNet again. Okay, so plan accordingly. Okay, so uh, if you see here, I have mentioned central SNet configuration in the FortiGate firewall. So first we will see no net, then one-to-one dynamic pool use outgoing interface. You already know we have already configured in previous video. But we will see how to configure in this option. Okay, in central SNAT option, how to configure those settings. Okay. So what is no net? Okay, no net is nothing but if I have one server, okay, or one IP, I uh, don't want that IP to be translated. Okay, so that is why I will create this no net rule. Okay, suppose this DMG7 is my one of server. Okay, and IP is 172.16.1.1, and I want to configure rule. Okay, like this, if it is try to access any internet website, the IP will be same. Okay, or like if it is trying to access any internal site, then the source IP always will be same only. Okay, it shouldn't change. Okay, so first configure no net. Okay, I think by theory you won't understand much. Okay, but by looking at the practical, I think you will get it. Okay, so first I'm trying to configure no net. Okay, so interface DMG because we are configuring no net for this IP, and this will become source and internet will become your destination. So incoming interface DMG, outgoing internet, source IP. Okay, I have to create object here. 32 for host. Okay, one PC. Destination all because it's going on the internet. And just deselect this. Okay, you don't have to enable netting here and enable this policy. In the comment, you can mention no net for DMG. Okay, this is the no net which we have created for this source IP and towards internet. Okay, if you want, you can create towards any other interface as well as per your requirement. Now we will configure one to one. So suppose I'll configure one to one from 2.0. So 192.168.2.0 is VLAN 20. So incoming interface VLAN 20 towards internet source IP 192.168.2.0 destination. It is a internet. So we have to mention all. Okay, because we don't know what are the address configured on the internet. Okay, for different websites. So that is why we have to enable all only. If you have a specific website, then you can mention that a specific IP address here or domain name. And here we will select one-to-one. So I have already created this DMG pool for one-to-one netting in my last video. So I'm going to use this one only. So net is enabled, dynamic pool, one-to-one pool we have selected, enable policy. Now we'll create dynamic pool overload. This is from VLAN 30. VLAN 30 is 3.0. Sorry friends. Dynamic pool. And this is the overload dynamic pool which we have created last in last video. I'm going to use same. And in the last use outgoing interface. So that I will create for DMG source address, use outgoing internet interface address. Okay. Okay. So you have to remember one thing, like in the firewall policy also, it works from top to bottom. If statement is getting match on first policy, then it is not going to check second policy itself. Okay. If a statement is not getting matched with first policy, then only it will check the second policy and so on. Okay. Till a statement matches with correct policy. Okay. So first let's try from DMG 7. This is the DMG 7. So let's try to, I have configured this for internet, okay, no net rule for internet. So let's try to ping google.com. Let's see the logs. Okay, so if you see here, it's not showing any net IP, okay, because we have configured no net rule. That is why it is not getting netted, and but in the firewall policy, it's hitting the correct policy, internet policy. Okay, but net is not happening. That is why we are not able to access the internet. Okay, if you see here, firewall policy correctly configured. Okay, now check for VLAN 20. From VLAN 20, I am able to ping the internet. Let's check the logs. So here I have configured 1 to 1. And what is the IP? 192.168.111, 140, and 141. See, from 2.1, it is getting netted with 140. Okay. And you're getting the response, internet is working fine. From 2.2, it is getting netted with 141. Okay. And same is working fine. So 1 to 1 net is also working. Now let's try to check this one, which is our overload. Okay, we have created dynamic pool here, so it's kind of pet only, but this is extension of pet. Okay, we have utilized two IPs here. Okay, so this is the VPC 10 is a VLAN 30 PC. So I'm getting timeout. So just check the logs. I think I haven't enabled the firewall policy for this. That is why. So NAT is enabled, but firewall policy is not enabled. Okay. See here. So 3.1 destination 8.8 dot service is ping, which is a ICMP, and action is deny policy violation because there is no policy on the firewall. So just go to the internet policy and see incoming interface is any. Okay. So it is matching with the statement. Okay. But in the source, there is no subnet for 3.0. So just include VLAN 30 subnet here. Now it should work fine. Okay. See, So it's getting translated with 135. What is 135 here? It's a dynamic pool which we have created. Okay, so randomly it is taking any IP address. Okay. Now in the last, use outgoing interface. So just try from DMG7. What is DMG7? Okay, from DMG7 we cannot access. Why? Because for 1.1 we have configured NAT rule. So this first statement is getting messed. That is why it is not, uh, checking the below rules. Okay, so try from DMG6, which is 1.2. I haven't configured DNS here, so and see now google.com is working. If you see the logs, it's tracking the interface IP 111.133 and internet policies. See, in the network interface, this is our interface IP for WAN interface. So that is how this central SNAT works. Okay, it is very easy to manage, multiple net rules here and easy to configure and also very uh, fast. It is, I believe it is faster than, policy net. Okay, if you have to configure multiple net. So if you want to access internet from 1.1 as well, you can just delete this policy. Okay, now it should work fine because now it is hitting to this rule and it will use outgoing interface IP address. See, 111.133. So I hope this is cleared now. This topic, you got it. And still, if you have some confusion and curious, you can just put in the comment. Okay, I would try to respond if possible for me. Also, I would suggest you just do practical as much as possible because if you do the lab, then only your doubts will get cleared. Okay, if you yourself do the lab. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thanks.